And the war has taken center stage in conversations here in Riyadh, where day 2 of this year's Future Investment Initiative conference is now getting underway. It is a big day ahead. I'm going to be sitting down with finance ministers from the region this morning and the managing director of the IMF. Day 1 also bringing together Wall Street heavyweights on a panel dubbed the Changemakers. We saw Bridgewater's Ray Dalio sitting next to BlackRock's Larry Fink, JP Morgan's Jamie Dimon, Goldman's David Solomon and Citi's Jane Fraser. The mood here is certainly one of cautious optimism for investors and also uncertainty about what this looming conflict in the Middle East could mean for markets. Here's how they responded.
I look at the financial situation, the fiscal spending, which is more than it's ever, I'm talking about the United States, but it's almost true around the world. It's more than it's ever been in peacetime by a long shot, with the highest debt levels we've ever had by government. And there's this kind of omnipotent feeling that central banks and governments can manage through all this stuff. I'm cautious. I don't think it makes a piece of difference whether rates go up 25 basis points or more. Like zero, none, nada. I think whether the whole curve goes up 100 basis points, I urge people, be prepared for it. I don't know if it's going to happen. But I look at what we're seeing today more like the 70s. A lot of spending, a lot of it's going to be wasted.
M&A, David, is a function of confidence. And so if you listen to the dialogue today, I say there's great uncertainty. And people always try to frame things. You asked the question very clearly, are you optimistic or are you pessimistic? Long term, I'm certainly optimistic, but I'm uncertain right now. And if you're a CEO and you're uncertain, you tend to be cautious about doing significant things.
So you can see a downbeat tone really setting the scene here. I was also on stage with another panel of heavy hitters, including big industry financial names like Franklin Templeton CEO Jenny Johnson, Carlyle Group CEO Harvey Schwartz. He told me there will be more challenges in the near term as well.
And so I think certain geopolitical risks, particularly war, again, the tragedy of war and the loss of life, I think those things are very difficult to price in the near term, regardless of the conflict or where it is in the world. And I think you have to incorporate that into your risk assessment. And I think if your appetite for risk is high, I think you can incorporate it in one way. If your appetite for risk is low, then I think being much more liquid and prepared for more uncertain outcomes